You know, if Snow White has taught us anything, it's that any Disney live action remake is a guaranteed hit. Well, maybe not, but Disney still does have a lot of original animated films that they could give the live action treatment to if they wanted. And now it sounds like they are, as it is being reported. Now, as we let's bring up the graphic there. It's being now reported that from Deadline that Tangled is getting a live action remake. This, and sounds like Scarlett Johansson is going to be a part of it. This again comes to us from Deadline, who says Disney is taking a fresh look at the live action take on Tangled, we hear, which is resuming early development with Scarlett Johansson circling the role of Mother Gothel. The Greatest Showman director, Michael Gracie, who is fantastic, is still attached to direct, working from a script by Jennifer Caton Robinson, based on the 2010 animated feature. So this isn't a new take on Rapunzel. It is a live-action remake of the animated film from 2010. The original 2010 movie, which grossed close to $600 million worldwide, followed the magically long-haired Rapunzel, who has spent her entire life in a tower. But now that a runaway thief has stumbled upon her, she's about to discover the world for the first time and who she really is. You know what I think about when I hear that synopsis? There's a cutaway in one of the episodes of Family Guy where it's like when a businesswoman finds love for the first time, and it cuts away, and it's this woman in a business office going, I'm very busy with business. I have much business to do, all this business and business. And she's getting frantic. And then this guy takes her in his arm and says, you're going to now discover that there's no problems you have that can't be solved with my penis. And which basically sums up every 80s rom-com.
Yeah.
But it kind of reminded me of that when I was reading the synopsis for Tangled. She saw that she hasn't seen the world, but there's nothing that can't be solved by this guy's penis. Anyway, I'm sure that's not the angle that Michael Gracie is going to take.
They make a great song though. For the
that's the next great musical song from a Disney
the live
movie.
action.
No problem that can't be solved with my penis. Yeah. So, and we get Hugh Jackman to sing it. So anyway,
nothing can go wrong with this dong.
Listen. That's the tagline on the poster. That's the tagline on the poster. And it needs to be on this poster. This image right here. That's where you put the poster. Okay. Anyway, though. So one of the most interesting parts about this is the Michael Gracie attachment, because he's the director of The Greatest Showman, which I have recently declared is the greatest musical movie of all time. Understanding that I don't count Wizard of Oz as a musical. That's a movie that has some songs in it, but Greatest Showman, I think, is the greatest musical ever.
Right. Yeah. It's not driven
by the music. Exactly. I think Greatest Showman is the greatest musical I've ever seen. And here's the thing. He then went on to direct that movie Better Man. Now, I never watched Better Man because I thought the idea behind it was idiotic. Like they're just doing a biopic of, what's his name? Robbie
Williams, I want to say.
Robbie Williams, I think that's it. It's a biopic of Robbie Williams. And it's done like a biopic of Robbie Williams. But instead of it being Robbie Williams, it's a CGI chimpanzee. And I understand, oh no, John, it's the metaphor of how he always felt out of place. I don't give a shit. It was a stupid idea. And that's why nobody went to go see it. That said, everybody who did see it really liked it. The reviews were very solid. They were very good. And the few people that I did talk to who saw it said it was really, really good, which I'm not surprised about because the director's so great. And you have him, the director of The Greatest Showman, directing this. Sign me up. I'm on board. This sounds good to me. And now you then compile that with Scarlett Johansson is down for being involved and is on board for it. That to me sounds really good too.
Guys, we want to take a second to thank the sponsor of today's video, Zapier. You know, one of the biggest game changers of the past year has been AI. But let's be real, just talking about AI doesn't actually make your day any more productive. What does make it more productive is finding tools to put AI to work for you. And that's where Zapier comes in. Zapier is the easiest way to take AI and plug it directly into the apps and processes that you're already using every day. No IT bottlenecks, no complexity, just results. For me, it's been about saving time on repetitive stuff so I can focus on the work that matters and I actually enjoy. And it's not just me. Over 3.4 million companies are already using Zapier to streamline everything from sales and marketing to IT and HR. With their AI orchestration platform, you can connect top AI models like ChatGPT or Claude right into the apps you already use. So whether it's automatically enriching leads, coaching your sales team, or even resolving IT tickets, Zapier makes it simple. Guys, join the 3.4 million companies already automating with Zapier and transform how you work with Zapier and AI. Get started for free by visiting zapier.com/Campea. That's zapier.com/Campea.
So everything about this lines up. Now, there may be some people out there saying, and I understand, saying something along the lines of, oh, but Snow White was a flop. Does anybody want to see live action Disney, remakes before again? Well, let's take a look at this. These are, while they have had hits and misses, when you look at Tangled and you look at Disney's live action remake, these are all just in the last 10 years. Okay. Not going back way, way long time ago. These are all just in the last 10 years. And these are amongst the newer, like not classic Disney stuff, except for Jungle Book, but we'll get to that in a second. Mm-hmm. We're talking about all of the golden era and forward of their films, like not Cinderella, not Snow White, but things like from Aladdin and onwards. The Little Mermaid remake, for as much as everybody talks shit about it, and by the way, I don't give a crap what anybody says. That was a pretty solid movie. Wasn't in my top 5 favorite films of the year or anything, but it was pretty solid. It was pretty entertaining. But more importantly, it made $569 million. The 2016 live action Jungle Book nearly joined the $1 billion club and made $967 million. As much as everybody talks crap about the 2017 live action Beauty and the Beast, that movie made over $1.2 billion. The 2019 live action of Aladdin made over $1.05 billion. The newest one, just this year, 2025 live action remake, again, of a relatively more modern one, Lilo and Stitch, made $1.03 billion. So their track record over the past 10 years, particularly when you're talking about some of the newer animated films, and I say newer loosely, but some of the newer animated films, like from that whole Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast era, moving on up to things like Lilo and Stitch and of course, Tangled too. There is enough track record there of success.
Yeah.
Where of course you do this. Of course you do. I personally think Snow White, which by the way, the biggest problem with Snow White was just that it was a bad movie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just the thing. It was just a bad movie. There's no getting around it. I mean, it had some strong things about it for sure, but in general, it was just a poorly done movie, and it suffered, the consequences of that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's easy it's easy to cherry pick like the worst performing one and then say, is this even worth it? without looking at the facts. And it's such a stale argument of every time a new live action movie is announced, people are like, are they going to do all of them? Or is this all they're going to do? Look, yes, they're going to do all of them. This is almost all they're going to do. If you had a library that you could rehash into a different format and you were guaranteed $500 million each time, you would do the same thing.
Well, and here's the other thing. What has happened? Disney has not abandoned doing originals.
No.
They've put out a bunch of originals just in the last couple of years. They all flop, but they continue to do originals and all that kind of stuff too. But listen, when you're looking at Tangled, I put that more in the category of something like an Aladdin. I mean, it's not as big as Aladdin, obviously, but it's one of the relatively new ones that was actually really beloved. I've never met anybody that didn't like Tangled. I don't think it's one of the.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I actually have never seen it. So when you posted this, when this
Really?
article, when you posted this article, I'm like, I'm gonna have to dive into the Disney library and watch this. So yeah, for sure.
It's not one of the greatest Disney animated films of all time. It's not as good as the original Aladdin or the original Lion King, but it's a really solid, entertaining film. And everybody seemed to really love it. And I think this thing has a chance. Now, again, it all depends on if it's really good or not. But look, they did the most important thing already. The single most important thing is go out and get a great director.
Mm-hmm.
And they've gotten themselves not just a great director, but a guy who has done great with music in their films. The guy who did The Greatest Showman and Better Man, him coming in to do this. And then when you get somebody like Scarlett Johansson, who's still at that place in her career where she can do anything she wants. She can say no to anything. She's got all the money in the world. She's got so many projects being thrown at her. The fact that she's kind of stepped up and said, yeah, I'll do this. And she's not even playing Rapunzel.
Which is, I think a lot of people thought that was going to be her role, but.
Yeah, which is good because you don't want, like somebody in their 40s should not be playing Rapunzel, right? So who they go with for Rapunzel, I don't know. We can talk about that another time. We can speculate about maybe who might be a good fit to play Rapunzel. But I mean, the fact that you've got already now a world-class director, especially in the field of using music. You've got an original film that people really like and is relatively recent. And you've got somebody like a Scarlett Johansson lining up to be in it. Listen, does that he's going to?
Oh, did we lose you, John?
I think there is enough here. I think there's enough here that you have to say if you're not being, biased and you're just trying to be objective, you've got to look at this and say this definitely has potential. It could be terrible, could be, but it definitely has potential. And so I like what I'm seeing from it. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? It looks like Disney is moving forward with this Rapunzel Tangled remake. Again, it's not a new take on Rapunzel. It's going to be a remake of the animated film. What do you think about that? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.